Hello my good people, welcome back to the channel, and we are getting close on the Firebird being ready for Road America here. And by close I mean we're like miles away. But no, the new engine's back in, or in for the first time should say. This is the aluminum 5.3 and LC9. I went through this, I rebuilt it, it got, oh God, new bearings, new rings, it got honed. It got, let's see, new rocker arms with a trunnion upgrade from CHE. It's got a very mild aftermarket cam, and let's see here, we got a different road race oil pan under there from Kevco. It's a little shallower, but the sump area is slightly longer. Let's see here, what else? Let's see, new push rods, let's see, new oil barbell, blah, 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 you know, all new gaskets, that sort of stuff. So it should be in good shape. I do have a scheduled appointment with Justin White Tuned on our track day to get this thing all tuned up remotely. So that's going to be a massive help. And I'm very excited for that because I don't think I've ever had this car properly tuned when we had the Wii 4.8 in there. So that thing always was running rich or wasn't running quite right, and I know the tune was never right in it. So it was time to just bite the bullet and have somebody tune it properly. What I'm working on right now is, last race we had some issue with the brakes. And it wasn't the brakes as in the hydraulic components themselves per se. It was an issue with the pedal assembly causing flex in the firewall. So the firewall was flexing and it was pushing the rears. You can see back there, there's very little space. It's pushing the rear of the master cylinder reservoirs up against the firewall and causing an air gap between the seal of the reservoirs and the master cylinder bodies. So we'd get a little bit of a leak, and it would basically suck air into the brake lines or into the master cylinder, which, not good. So what I'm doing now, which I should have done from the get-go, those master cylinders came with a remote reservoir kit. So I'm really at kind of a premium for space, at least flat mounting spaces. So what I'm doing now is we're going full CAD, baby. Some cardboard data design, and I'm just going to create a little mounting panel here for the two master cylinders, the remote reservoirs. And that should get us, number one, get us away from the firewall. But I still need to fix the pedal assembly issue that's flexing inside. So that should be a pretty easy fix as well. That's just a matter of making up a little bracket to prevent that from moving inside there. But yeah, so here's where we're at right now. I'm going to do a little more trimming on this, figure out where exactly I'm going to mount those on there, height wise and everything, because I mean, this is the mount for the hood pin right here. So we don't have a ton of vertical space there. I'm guessing, let's see, we're probably going to be somewhere around there is going to be max height, which is still higher than the existing ones. But yeah, it's definitely going to make mounting these things and getting to them a lot easier. That was the other thing. Like, to fill those up, I had to get a hose and a funnel and fill them up that way because it was just, you can't get under there, under the cowl. So I'm going to go ahead and get that rolling and see what we can do with that. So hang tight. All right, now we got the initial template made, or I guess the initial piece. So basically, here's what we got. This is just going to set in there like that. I got the 4 holes drilled for the reservoirs, and I still got some trimming to do to kind of whittle this down a bit because there's still a lot more material here than I need. But basically, you can see I just needed a flat surface, and I didn't quite have that with the strut tower. So got this where I need it. Now I just have to, I'm going to have an attachment point right at the top here. Unfortunately, that's not flat either. There's this weird little bump here. Actually, I might just clearance that or cut it out so it sits a little flatter. But then again, none of this is really flat, so who knows? Yeah. Anyway, so we're getting close, almost there. A little trimming. some more holes to drill, and we'll get these things mounted up and see what they look like. And here's what we're going to end up with. So right there you can see these are the adapters. Basically all these are is little plastic brackets with holes in them to basically pass fluid through to the reservoirs. The new reservoirs will sit on top there like so. Okay. And just going to sit there like that. And then from the bottoms of those brackets, all there is a rubber hose. There's a barbed tip on there that's going to run over to here, and then there's an adapter for those that sits, or sorry, that other reservoir comes off. No, I'm just confusing you guys. So this will be the reservoir, goes down to the bracket, barbed tip that comes off there to a rubber hose. These reservoirs come off, and then on top of the master cylinder, there's another fitting like this with an O-ring, and then this guy sits on top of that, and the hose connects there. So that's all it is, just a couple of plastic fittings, you know, some O-ring seals, and then we got hose clamps that go on the bottoms of these, and that keeps everything tight and happy. So I'm gonna get this thing all riveted into place, and then yeah, we'll be good to go. All right, there we go. This thing is freaking solid too, surprisingly. I used the rivets to attach it to the strut tower because I just wanted to keep everything pretty low profile underneath. And then I nutted and bolted the reservoir adapter brackets to the plate that I made. And then I had to cut clearance holes to get those to clear. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep everything kind of low profile underneath there so we don't have any tire rubbing issues. I don't think we will, but you never know. We got some pretty big meats on this thing. So, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Fits pretty good. I might kind of bend this down a little bit just to follow the contours of the strut tower a little bit, and maybe even toss another rivet in over here. But like I said, it's super solid. This is just a piece of aluminum. Not very thick enough. Definitely will do the job. So I will spare you guys the messy part where I get brake fluid all over my fresh paint and get it to all completely peel up. But I'm sure you'll see that in the near future. So anyway, that's the project for today. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay tuned for the next one.